Hey guys, what's up? It's Merc here for Bullshit Games, and today is another quest for gaming at college. This is kind of an interesting one because there will not be an episode next week. It is Thanksgiving holiday next week, so I will probably be spending time with family on Wednesday into Thursday instead of making a video. However, we will try to get one up Monday and towards the end of the week next week. This week, however, I guess it's important to mention that the semester is almost over. There's this week, which halfway through. We have 2 days next week. Then we come back for a full week. And then finals. And then this semester's over. And that'll be the end of this season of the Quest for Gaming at College. And then we'll move into the next season, next semester. Which there's going to be probably even more things going on, which I'm excited about. So, to kind of put things into perspective, I guess. Now, last Friday, Friday that just passed, my gaming group down home, we got together and we managed to start Folsom's Reach, which was a lot of fun. I'll be putting up another video about that. Sadly, with the camera equipment we have, it didn't work out the way we wanted it to, but we're still going to let you guys know what's going on in that adventure. Needless to say, the dark secrets were pretty amusing. Some of them have been sort of figured out by the players, others have not. We'll see how that goes. But that was Friday. Monday, we played D&D here with my group. And let's just say, we are not good at sleuthing. We'd finished a quest that took us almost all semester to do, because we have no luck. We're the questing group of terrible luck, is what I would refer to us as. But we managed to finish the quest, and we decided, hey, let's try to explore a little bit of one of the storyline quests that the DM has thrown out there for us. So trying to remember what those quests were took us about 20 minutes to a half hour, because even our scribe had not scribed well what they were. So good on him for that. Finally, we decided we were going to go to a new town. We'd had enough of the current town we were in, so we packed up and we set up on our merry way to a frontier town in the setting, where apparently the king's men and the governor's men had had a bit of a brew-up, which didn't make any sense, because they're supposed to be brothers and friends. Anyway, we get to town, and, we do what adventurers do, and we start asking questions. Needless to say, nobody wanted to talk to us. And myself, I'm one of the more charismatic in the party, and our scout, we kind of went about gathering information from folks, and it didn't go so well. I mean, it really didn't. One guard told us he was willing to help us if we get him out of town. We said yes. We'd meet him after his patrol. And come to find out, when we went back to the tavern, we met a wizened old dwarf named Nebuchadnezzar, who informed us that guard was dead. And after playing some silly gambling games with the dwarf, gave us the information we needed. But the sleuthing took about half the evening, and we didn't really get hardly any information at all. Blame this mostly on the fact that dice rolls, for me personally, ranged from 1 to 10 most of the evening. I did get 2 20s. Those were on bluff checks, that was helpful. But aside from that, dice rolls were really just atrocious. At one point, I just was like, I quit. I'm done. So after myself and the 2 other people in the party who were interested in trying to get information got outvoted by the rest of the party who wanted to just go adventure and hack things to pieces, we went and adventured. We crossed a lake with no fish in it that gave our paladin fits because there's something evil that just kind of lurks in the lake. We got to the other side, almost forgot the goat on the ferry, which I would have been okay with, aside from the fact that the goat pulls our cart that has all of our goods in it that we don't carry on ourselves. which I made a mental note that next time, since myself and the Paladin own a tavern, we should just put the gear in a lockbox in our tavern. We found a path that led up along a stream, went into a cave, and got ambushed by shadows, and that's where we left off. The combat wasn't quite as bad as it has been the few other times for us. Because, let's just be honest, the few other times when we've had combat and it's taken us like 2 hours to kill 3 kobolds, it's been really, really disappointing. But that's where D&D has left off. I believe I think we're going to play that 3 more times. So we'll see how that ends up for us. And then we'll see at the end of the semester if we decide to just put it on hold and bring it back next semester, or if we'll just start a new campaign next semester. Such a weird time, the middle of the 2 semesters, the winter break. It's not quite long enough to be long, but it's not quite short enough to be short. It's a weird in between. I do have another group of people who, even though the semester is almost over, are desperate to get an RPG group started. So I have agreed. That, and I got my books. I will be running a Savage Worlds the day after Ragnarok campaign. I love this campaign setting. It's a pulp World War II setting where at the end of the war, the Nazis summoned the Midgard Serpent for some silly reason, and the Americans essentially took on the role of Thor, and they said, nope, you can't do that. And they flew a plane with an experimental nuclear device into the eye of the serpent and killed it. Needless to say, the serpent's body crashed down on the continents of Europe and Africa, destroyed most of the British Isles, caused massive tsunamis which flooded the majority of America. So then you're left in this like post-apocalyptic pulp war setting, which I'm really looking forward to play. And I get to set a game in an area I've really never even thought about setting a game in before, which I'm setting my game in Cuba. And we'll see where the players go from there. So far, I like the way Savage Worlds looks. It looks like it's a very open character creation system. You're not hamstrung by a class, which I've always liked. It's my one gripe about Pathfinder and D&D and D20 Modern/Future. You have a class, you must fit into that class. Hopefully, this Friday, my All Flesh Must Be Eaten core book will have arrived at home, and I'll be able to peruse that in the office before game night, which will probably either be playing War Machine or Dystopian Wars. And I can give you guys an idea of how I feel about that. I'll let you know how I feel about Savage Worlds after I've gotten a couple games under my belt, because I've never even really looked at it before I bought the book. But that's going to about do it here for us, Bullshit Games, for this episode of the Quest of Gaming at College. Hopefully you guys liked it. If you did, please leave us a comment. I will see it. I haven't had any problems with the Google Plus integration yet. I say yet because Lord knows. And we'll see you next time here on Bullshit Games. Everybody have a good one.